Good afternoon. It is Friday the 21st of May and it's just coming up to 1 o'clock. Yeah, I haven't been out, done any Uber shifts this week. I've been too busy doing all private jobs. It's even tonight I've got another one, but that's not until 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, going to come out to do a bit. I'm only anticipating to be out until about 8 o'clock tonight. Worst case scenario 9, because Fridays have just died a death, really, to be honest. So yeah, that's about it. Nothing really else to report. I haven't done much other than just like I said, just been going back and forth on the airport trips. Yeah, if you do have a little sneaky look at the website, if you have a quick Google of executive airport transfer, have a little look. But yeah, I'll pop the link in the description as well in case you want to have a little browse over that. But yeah, other than that, I'm just going to go out now and see what's happening. It's a nice sunny day. It'll be on 23 degrees. Is anything going to be happening 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday? I very much doubt it. But yeah, I've basically got like a bit of free time, free day. I haven't got any bookings going on. So yeah, that's about it. So I'll keep you posted in a bit. So it's just coming up to 20 to 5. Yeah, I've been driving non-stop, but it's been a bit rubbish. So yeah, when I first come online, I was being offered job after job, and they were all ridiculous. They were like miles away. It's just kind of the usual, really, for Uber. Where are we? You know, like this one, for example. I was being offered a job 25 minutes away, which was 10.5 miles over in Wigan, and it was a 15-minute job going 4.5 miles. So all in, including the pickup time, you're looking at 40, you're looking at about 45 minutes for about 15 miles. An XL job as well, and they're offering you £13.63. And there was just like crap job after crap job like that coming through, and I thought, oh, I can't be faffed already, and I've only been online for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then a job come up to Liverpool, which was literally just round the corner from where it was, like the pickup point. So I thought I'll do that, because it was like £24.69. Because I thought, well, it's going to be less than an hour or an hour. Which it was. It came out at like 48 minutes for 13 miles. So I've done that. Dropped him off. So then wasn't far off 2 o'clock. So then I was in Liverpool for around half an hour. I started slowly heading out of Liverpool. I thought to myself, I'll start heading back towards like Formby way and see if I can pick up some jobs that way. And my god, the jobs that come through when you're in Liverpool city centre. So like, when I went into the city centre, I think my acceptance rating was like 21%, something like that at the time. And by the time I left, bearing in mind I didn't accept any jobs, it dropped down to 12%. The jobs that were coming up were just obscene, honestly. One of them, loads of crap ones were coming up, and then one come up which was like £9 something. So I thought, well, I'll read that one, because it was like the highest one that had come up. But it was almost like a 40-minute job, bouncing around Liverpool. I was just like, how do people make money just staying in the city centre? Just really crap jobs, or like all like little £3.50 jobs, and it was saying, it's going to take like 15-20 minutes to fight your way all the way through the traffic. And I was like, I couldn't be arsed. So like I said, I wasted probably half an hour, and then a job popped up, which was, I was kind of just before I left Liverpool to come in towards like Formby. It was like Seaforth, and it was going to basically like Manchester city centre kind of thing, like Piccadilly, and it was offering £49.34 for, again, an hour job, but it was going 40 miles. So I thought, well, it's crap, but it's an hour. So I thought, I mean, because I originally took the Liverpool one thinking I might get something to bounce back. Worst case scenario, I can start heading back, like I said, towards like Formby or whatever, to ground that I like to work. But obviously nothing come through. So then this one popped up, you know, nearly 50 quid for an hour. Mileage isn't great because it was like 40 miles. But again, I thought, well, you know, I might get something which kind of bounces me back a little bit. So I'll drop these 3 lads off. I think they were Polish lads, right in the middle of the city centre. It was a nightmare. It's not too bad the majority of the way because it's just all motorway. The second you come off the motorway at the end, that was probably almost half an hour of the trip, which was after you've come off the motorway, just all bumper to bumper. Don't know how people live in Manchester. Ridiculous. So anyway, I dropped them off. I left the app on, but like again, little crappy jobs. It was like a repeat of Liverpool, just like little crap jobs bounce around Manchester city centre. And I thought, like, you can't move, it's gridlocked. You know, you'd end up doing like 1 or 2 jobs in an hour. So I thought I'll start heading back towards like Ormskirk way. So I've got towards like Parbold, Miller and Carter now. I've just jumped on the charger. I had like 10 miles of range left when I got here. Yeah, and that was basically it, to be honest. So I've done 3 hours 40, and I'm on £76 and 7 pence. So it works out roughly about £21.15 an hour as I've been chugging along. So not the greatest for the mileage that I've done, but I was looking at, you know, you can only kind of gauge off the type of jobs that are coming through. If loads of crap jobs are coming through, and you know, granted the start at 1 o'clock on a Friday, you are going to get like kind of like small pissy kind of jobs. It's only like later on things normally tend to start getting better, like 5-6 o'clock, and people start moving about, going out to drink for drinks and whatnot. So I just thought, well, I'll just take whatever's going. Otherwise, I'm just going to be messing about with these like little £4 or £5 jobs. That was about it, really. To be honest, I haven't really done anything else. So I've done 2 jobs. I've been driving for 2 hours 10 minutes of that. And that's about it. So yeah, I've just gone on charge. I'm going to charge back up, and then I'll stay out until I get bored, which on a Friday is either 8 or 9 o'clock, and that's when it completely dies. So yeah, other than that, nothing's happened. Just them 2 trips. So yeah, I'm going to go on charge now. It's back up to 27% already. So I reckon I'm going to be on charge for about maybe half an hour, maybe just after 5 o'clock, and then I'll carry on again, see if I can get another couple of hours in, and then I'll just be going home after that, putting it on charge at home, and then I'm going to be setting off in the morning for my private job at about 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But yeah, other than that, I'll keep you posted. So it's just coming up to 20 to 8, and I'm starting to get bored. I was on charge, what time were we? That was 20 to 5, I stayed there for an hour, got up to about 95%, something like that. It's a bit of a slow charger, that, to be honest. I think it's advertised as like a 50 kilowatts, but I don't know, I think you're getting like 45 or 46, it's not the greatest. So yeah, came back online at 20 to 6. Got a job pretty much round the corner. That was a £9.81. That was going into Ormskirk. Little 16-minute job going 7 miles. And then I got an Ormskirk to Ormskirk, Wren Acres Hospital. It's like a private hospital, but to the train station. The guy jumped in. He said, "Oh, me train's due at like like 36 minutes past." I was like, "Are you going to get there for 1/2 past?" I don't know why they leave it to the last second and then try and put all the pressure onto the driver. That was a little £8.71, a 9-minute job, going 4.5 miles. I then had an Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, which I don't normally do, but it was £8.19. It was like 13 minutes. So I thought, well, it's not too bad, because obviously if you got 4 of them back to back, you know, you'd be over £30 an hour. So I done that, hoping to get something jumping back from Skelmersdale back to Ormskirk, but I didn't. I headed back into Ormskirk, It's quite quiet, a couple of really poo jobs popping up, like 3-4 quid kind of type, and I thought, I just can't be bothered driving around this daft one-way system for that. I then got a job which was in Ormskirk coming to Skelmersdale. It's like the outskirts of Southport. So I thought, I'll take that, I'll get up here, it might be a bit busier. She was one of them passengers where when you first get in, you're trying to draw some sort of conversation out of her. That lasted about a minute. And then she was just one of them who just didn't want to talk really. So that 15-minute trip felt like an hour. It was like, I was bored. So that was £8.21, 15 minutes for 5.9 miles. So yeah, and then I've just got into Southport. Well, I got here for 1:15 really, so I've been potting about here for about 20 minutes. Jobs are just really crap. So I've done 5 hours 40, I'm on just shy of 110, so it's about £19.90 an hour it's working out at, so it's actually come down. But yeah, it's just gone really quiet, which is the norm really, like I said, for between like 8 and 9 o'clock it just pretty much dies. So I said to myself, I'm going to get up here, I'm going to wait like, 10-20 minutes. If nothing's happening, I'm going to head back towards like Ormskirk, and then like start heading home, pick some food up and just go home, because I'm just not prepared to wait around. It's not worth it. But yeah, other than that, it's a bit crap. It's just started to rain. It's supposed to be absolutely throwing it down at about 9 o'clock. But yeah, I mean, if the jobs were popping off, I'd still be out at that time, but I can't see it happening, to be honest. And like I said, I've got that job, the wipers on. I've got that private job at 2:30, so I need to get home, have something to eat. I'm gonna have a couple hours sleep, so I can just nip out and do that private job, which is going to take me about, I should be back home after about 2 hours, give or take, and then I can have another couple of hours sleep before coming out for about midday tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it. Boring really. I'll update you in a bit and I'll let you know if I've either gone home because it's crap or it's bouncing and I've decided to stay out. So as you can probably guess, I came home because I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, I set off and a little job popped up which was a couple of miles in the direction I was travelling, and it was like 1 mile along. I think I've been offered like £4.87 or something, so I thought, oh, I'll do that. So I picked them up, 3 young girls, who were probably about 16 or something, and then I was only dropping them off like a mile away, and then just as I was pulling up, it pops up at the bottom of the screen, customer is paying in cash. I've always had that option turned off, but I turned it on. I think it was during the week. I've been watching a couple of like YouTubers and whatnot, so I thought, you know what, I'll turn it on and just see what, if anything, happens. See what it's like. Bear in mind, I haven't done enough trips really to get to gauge it. I've only done 7 trips and one of them, the last one was cash. So anyway, the girl on the back says to her mate, I think she got some money out or something, and a friend had said, it's Uber, you pay on your card. And she said, oh no, it's a new update, you can pay with cash. So I was like, right, okay. So I pulled up, first time I'd done it, you swipe and it comes up saying, collect £4.77 from her. So she passes over a tenner. So obviously it's got like the correct amount, it says on the screen, which is pay £4.77 or other. So obviously you need to put other in, and he put £10 in. So I turned round to her and I said, just so you know, I said, I don't physically give you any change. I said, it gives you Uber credits. And she was like, oh, I don't understand. And I was like, I don't give you change now, I don't give you money back. I said, if you pay with cash, you get Uber credits. I said, so when you get an Uber later, you don't need to pay cash, you don't need to pay on your card that's associated with your account. You use your Uber credits. I said, I don't know how it works. I said, this is the first cash payments I've taken myself. And she was like, she still looked puzzled. And then a friend turned around to her and said, the man's not going to give you any change, it goes onto your account. And she was like, oh, I see. So yeah, I've just checked this now, just as I've pulled up. So I'd taken £4.77 from her, or charged her £4.77. Obviously she paid £10. So on the job now it says increased, I got paid £4.99, whereas Uber have charged her £4.77. So Uber's taking a loss now. To me, that is basically Uber's done that on purpose, so they can basically say, "Oh, look at us, poor Uber. You know, we're running at a loss. You know, you've actually made more on that job than what we've charged." So it's just a load of my arse. So it comes up saying £4.99 increased, and then it says £10 cash collected. And then when you go into the job, obviously it gives you the normal breakdown as normal. It says trip payments £4.83, other earnings 16 pence. Not sure what the other earnings is. Is that like holiday or something? So your earnings and entitlements £4.99, payouts £10, trip balance minus £5.1 pence. So I'm assuming if I go to my balance now, or my wallet, should I say, click on it. Yeah, so when I go to my balance now, that's in my wallet, obviously, because I was up to like what, 110 or something. If that job took me to 115, it takes her change out of that, because obviously I've got the £10 in cash. So it says UberX cash trip, gives you the time you've done the trip, 3 minutes past 8, and it says minus £5 and a penny, which they then obviously stick on her account as Uber credits. Oh yeah, it's fine. I can see what some people are saying. Some of the other YouTubers were saying, like, you know, if you pick someone up who's drunk, for example, they give you a £20 note and the fare's like 11 quid, and you say, oh, that £9 is going on Uber credits. They might be saying, well, that's the only 20 quid I've got. You know, like I didn't know the rules, or I need that 9 quid to go and buy some food or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure it'll cause issues at some point along the line. You know, it even caused slight issues then, because she just didn't understand. She said, like, she obviously knew there was a new update, and she said, oh yeah, you can pay in cash. However, the part that obviously hasn't been explained to the customer is the driver's not going to give you any cash back, and you're going to get your money in Uber credits. I think what causes further confusion is the other YouTubers that I've watched, they've all said, all of them, I'm going to carry a small float and then I'm going to give the customer cash. So basically I can just input that the customer's give me the correct amount. Again, I don't know why they're doing that. I think it's wrong, if anything, because that's now going to cause more confusion, because I'm going to end up picking passengers up and I'm going to say, right, okay, that's been added as Uber credits. They're going to say, oh, well, all the other drivers have given me cash. And it's like, well, that's down to them if they want to make up their own little system. But then that's going to cause further, like, arguing or confusion type of thing. So yeah, they're just going to add to it. I won't be carrying any cash. I just don't do it. I've even had people in the past where they've been sat there for like a tenner to give me like a tip, and they're like, oh, you haven't got 2 5s, have you? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, right, okay, I'll tip you on the app instead. Some have then tipped and some haven't, so kind of like I've missed out on a tip. But yeah, I just don't carry cash because everything is just paid on card. So I'd rather not carry cash, because basically the only thing you can nick off me in here is me car. You know, or, you know, if you wanted to sign, like, steal me dash cam or me phone or something, do you know what I mean? So it's not for me just carrying cash around on me. I don't want to do it. So yeah, I don't mind leaving the Uber cash turned on. It's hard for me to gauge on it, you know, because potentially I wouldn't have got that job then, because she obviously has selected to pay cash, so it would have gone to another customer. Then that's only one job out of 7. So I'll gauge it a bit better tomorrow, because I'm hoping to come out and do like a good, like, you know, 12 hours. So I'll probably be able to gauge on that how many people are actually paying in cash, because I don't know why you was paying cash, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm guessing like they were 3 young girls then, so, you know, I don't know. She's obviously got an account because she knew. She'd said to her mate, oh no, you don't pay on card, you can pay in cash as well. So she's obviously got a card registered, so she must have a bank card. But I don't know why you would book an Uber but then want to pay for it in cash and it just not come off your account. I don't know, unless you're like, I don't know, a tradesman or something, and you carry more cash around with you than the average Joe. I just don't know. Everywhere I go now, restaurants, anything, it's all on your phone. I honestly don't. It's actually an inconvenience, because like the rare time where I've had to go to like a car wash, because I just wash it myself now, I've had to go to a cash point to go and get money out to go and do it. Or if I go to like a takeaway that's local, it's cash only, so I've had to go to a cash point to get money out. So personally, I don't use cash. It's a pain if someone gives me cash, because then I have to go and pay it in. I've had a couple of private jobs before my website was up and running, and they've messaged and said, oh, is it okay to pay in cash? And I've said, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, and then they'll give me like 250 quid in cash. It's a pain for me, because I then have to go to the post office, because that's closer than the bank. I don't even think banks exist anymore, to then go and pay it in, and it's an inconvenience for me, to be honest. I'd rather it just be all automated. So yeah, I'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, up to now there hasn't been any issues for myself accepting cash, other than she was expecting cash change and not this Uber credits. So yeah, I'll catch you on tomorrow's video. Going in now, having something to eat, and I'm up and out for about 2 o'clock for a trip. So yeah, I'll catch you on tomorrow's